Hello, and welcome to day 2 of my free mini Dream Maker video series. My name is Allison Chandler Smith. I am a spiritual abundance coach, and welcome to day 2. So yesterday I shared with you my story, kind of where I was when I was stuck in that humdrum 9-to-5 life that felt really, really icky. And how I shifted and moved to a place of freedom and have created a freedom lifestyle for myself. A business that I love, a new journey in the Caribbean that's coming in April. And I think it was really important for me to share that part of my story with you because I know that many of you are feeling very, very stuck. I want to share some steps with you today that I want you to start taking that will bring you closer to the life you're dreaming of. So the more that we live as if we already have what we're dreaming of, the faster we attract it into our lives. But there's a really big piece you need to work on first. And it's your fear. So the first step I want you to work on is your fear. And I want you to identify it. Because before you can start to understand where your fear is coming from and how it's keeping you stuck, you cannot possibly move forward into saying, yes, I deserve this and I'm going to have this life. I'm going to make my dreams come true. You cannot get there until you begin to get some real clarity around your fears and what that's all about. And I say fear because that's truly what is keeping you stuck. So I have clients in my sessions tell me that they can't afford to quit their job. They tell me that they can't possibly move away from their hometown because they have too many commitments. They tell me that they've been in their job for 15 years and they have to keep contributing to their retirement account so they can't possibly leave. So I hear a lot of kind of justifications or reasons or excuses for why people stay where they are. And what that really boils down to is fear. And this is one of the biggest reasons that I work as a spiritual abundance coach and not just a life coach. Because this is all about deeply spiritual matters. Because I believe that we live either in a place of love or a place of fear. And if you are justifying and coming up with reasons why you can't make your own dreams come true, I really, truly believe that's about your fears. And I dealt with them too. It's really about fear of what if. It's about fear of what will my family think? Will they judge me when I change my life from what it's always been and what they expected me to do to something that makes my heart crack wide open? Are my friends going to judge me? Do I have faith in myself? Do I believe that I'm enough? Do I believe that I deserve what I would like to have? Am I worthy of my dreams coming true? And when we have these fears, we manage them by trying to micro-control the circumstances of our lives. So that manifests as ego. And the ego says that we have to do more, we have to be more, and we have to acquire more. And then when we've attracted all that stuff into our life, we have to protect it. Because surely if we let go of our grip of fear, we will lose everything. That house of cards falling down that I talked about yesterday. And so ego serves us to keep us safe, to keep us right where we are today, in a safe place that's a known quantity. It feels kind of comfortable. It doesn't feel good, but it's what we know and it's what seems to be working. So in step 1, I want you to get really quiet. I want you to open up space inside to consider what you're afraid of. I want you to really identify why you're feeling stuck. Because once you can kind of understand why you're afraid, then you can start to let go. So the shift that I talked about yesterday is really about surrendering to all the what ifs. It's about surrendering to your fear. It's about surrendering to the how it's all going to happen. The shift is about knowing that you are always being taken care of by the universe. And the universe is always working on your behalf to connect you to your dreams. So I ask you to begin to get really quiet and open space to understand what your fear is about and how the fear is manifesting in your life and how it's keeping you stuck where you are. In my one-on-one sessions in my Dreammaker program, this is an issue that I work on with my clients for several sessions. Do not expect yourself to move through your fears in the time it takes to watch this video, or even in the next few days. But begin to stay open and understand that you can move through your fears once you've identified them and you understand them and you know them intimately and you sit with them. Don't be afraid to feel them. Don't try to push them away. They're your feelings. They are you. And you have a right to feel them. So step 2, the second thing I want you to start doing after you're able to kind of shut down the fears, quiet those voices in your head that say you can't do this and that you're not enough, because you are. So step 2 is the fun part. This is where you are going to give a voice to your dreams. Yes! You're going to articulate your dreams. You're going to illuminate your dreams. You're going to give them depth and detail and color. You're going to bring them to life. And there are many, many ways you can do this. So one of the things that I recommend to my clients is journaling. And I know that many of you probably are already journaling, and that's fantastic. But I want you to journal with purpose. I want you to put down in words exactly what it is that you would like to have in your life. Do you want to quit your 9-to-5? Do you want to travel around the world? Do you want to travel first class? There are no limits to your dreams. Do you want to live in a flat in London? Do you want to drive a Mercedes-Benz? Do you want to be a business owner? Do you want to never report to another boss ever again? These are all the dreams that I hear from my clients. So I would like for you to start journaling very specific details about how your dreams look. And understand that the more clarity you get around your dreams, the more you start living like you already have everything you dream of today, the quicker you will attract it into your life. And here's a wonderful example. So I had a client recently who wants to buy a Mercedes-Benz. And she doesn't want just any Mercedes-Benz. She wants best in class, top of the line. And she was wondering aloud how she could possibly have this happen, because surely she doesn't have strong enough credit to get a loan. Surely she doesn't. And that's what she was lamenting to me. And because I know that those are just self-limiting beliefs, those are the voices in our head that say you can't have it, I said, go to your dealership and test drive the car of your dreams. Get in the Mercedes-Benz. Smell the leather. Wrap your hands around the steering wheel. Test drive it. Take it down the highway. Feel the power of the engine under your foot. And just be enveloped by your dream. today, right now. And she did that. So it's kind of like a visualization technique, just amped up to the next degree. And she did contact me just several days later and said that the loan went through, everything was fine, and she's getting her car. So is it always that simple? No, it's not always that simple, but it's a very powerful example of how you can start to visualize into your life what you want to have. So the more clarity you give to your dreams, again, the quicker they're going to come into your life. And step 3, the third thing that I want you to work on is to start to create a plan. Like I discussed earlier, the power of intention is very, very strong. When we start to act as if we have everything we're dreaming of already in our lives today, we attract those things to us much quicker. The power of intention is very, very strong, and it works in our lives when we allow it to. So there's a couple of things I want you to do that are super fun and creative, and they are concrete steps that start to manifest into your life what you're dreaming of. So the first one is I want you to invest in a 2017 workbook planner. So for myself, I chose Leonie Dawson's My Shining Year workbooks. Let me show it to you. It's beautiful. So this is her 2017 Shining Year Life Edition. So this is your kind of your personal workbook. It's beautiful. And it's not just a workbook where you write in what you have to do that day. It's not that kind of book. This is a book where you start to get really clear on your dreams and what you want to have in your life. So inside, it's beautifully illustrated. Let's see if I can show this to you. It's really beautifully illustrated, and she asks you some really thought-provoking questions. And you get to add tons and tons of detail about what it is you want to have in your life and how you want it to look and how you want it to feel. So I love her workbooks. I love them so much. I invested in the entire bundle. So I got the whole kit and caboodle. So it includes this notepad, which is kind of like an accountability notepad. And you literally check off how many glasses of water you drink a day. I love it. And then it comes with this really beautiful 2017 diary. It's tabbed. It's just fabulous. I love that. And it comes with an amazing wall calendar. And then the business edition. So this is very similar to the Life book, but it's her business edition. So those are the planners that I'm loving this year. And there are many people who make fabulous planners that are really about setting goals for the year in really detailed ways. And one of the important things about these planners is that you write down what your goals are, what you want to bring into your life, and then you go back and review them. So you don't just write it down mindlessly and move on. You really put a lot of thought and love into what you're writing down in your planner, and then you go back and review it monthly. Did I achieve what I had set out to do, on this page? What items on this page have actually already come true, and where do I still need to work on this? So workbooks are really powerful. The other thing I want you to do is create a vision board. Yay! I love vision boards. If you already have a vision board, I would ask that you update your vision board. So it's a living, breathing thing, and we always want to be updating it, adding to it, taking away if we need to. I am going to show you my vision board, which I have started to deconstruct a little bit. That is my vision board. It takes up the whole header of the wall. So there are really a few things you need to create a vision board. you want to have a backer for it. So I went to Michael's craft store and I bought this blue paper. It's just a roll of paper. I love this because it reminds me of the ocean, and that's where I'm going to live. So I really loved this particular color. So you want to have a backer to build your board onto. And then magical double stick tape and your scissors, sharp end down. And then you just want a stack of magazines and a stack of photographs. So for me, I didn't have any magazines, and my goals and my vision and my passions all kind of revolve around travel. So I went to Barnes & Noble's and I picked up a stack of travel magazines, and I went through them and I picked out pictures that felt really aligned with what I'm dreaming of. So this is not an exercise where you just start cutting pictures kind of mindlessly. You want to really be putting the intention into what you're choosing to put on your board. You want to really, put some affirmation into it and really manifest what you're putting on your vision board. So if you saw on mine, if you were able to see my vision board, I have a lot of pictures, but I also have photographs of places that I've been and where I'm moving back to. And I also had some sayings up there, just some really motivational sayings, just some positive affirmations. And please know that when you create your vision board, there are no rules. There's no right or wrong way to do this. The most important thing about your vision board, that you have truly set the intention, that these are really things that move you inside. And then the most important thing about your vision board is that you put it somewhere where you will see it every day. I know a lot of people create their vision boards on Pinterest, and I think that's great. It's really creative. But if you make a physical vision board and you place it somewhere in your home where you know you are going to look at it every day, multiple times a day, it's much more powerful. That's my belief. So that's why I built my vision board actually on my living room wall. There's no getting away from it. I see it every day. And in fact, about 35 to 40% of the things that I have up on my vision board have already come true in the last 12 months since I made it. And the other 60 to 65%, they're going to come true. So it's a fun, really creative way to set that intention for what you want. So I hope you took a lot of value out of day 2. I hope that you're going to get started picking out your planner for 2017 and creating your vision board. Yay, jazz hands! And stay tuned for day 3. I cannot wait to share day 3 with you. I am going to tell you a little bit about how my coaching programs work, who my clients are, and then I have a really big bonus surprise for you. And you do not want to miss this, I promise. So thank you so much for joining me in my video series, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.